Forgotten Realms, Edition 3.5, Adderpost. In the town of Isimbra, in northern Battledale, just a few hundred feet south of the central battle court marshalling ground, stands the infamous junk and pawn shop known as Adderpost. Named for its odd serpentine carved spiral door pillars, this notorious shop normally deals in second-hand goods, though its proprietor makes most of his money by serving as the local fence for stolen property. Customers come to Adderpost from as far away as northern Simbia to conduct shady transactions outside the purview of their peers and to purchase Mordain powder for conversion into the drug known as Dreamist. This adventure is suitable for 4 13th level characters. Millennia before the founding of Isimbra, Adderpost was the site for a minor Saruk temple of Sathasins, and the catacombs beneath it still hold several dark relics of that evil god. After the fall of Myth Draenor, a chance discovery of the long-buried Saruk ruins led to the open establishment of a temple of Sathasins, in which the long-forgotten deity was venerated as a totem of venomous creatures, including scorpions, snakes, spiders, and the like. In truth, it was Talona, the Lady of Poison, who backed the beast cult. The temple's motto, "The Serpent Never Sleeps," has since entered the local lexicon of Battledale, although it has lost its original attribution. This phrase is now understood to mean the force of evil never rests. The cult of Sathasins faded away within a few decades of the establishment. Its former temple, which had come to be known as Adderposts, was used for a variety of other purposes in the years that followed, until at least it became the shop it is today. In the year of the worm, 1356 DR, Drasker Flamehern, proprietor of Adderpost, chanced upon a secret door leading to the catacombs below and began using them to store the stolen goods he had agreed to fence. 3 years later, in the year of the serpent, 1359 DR, a spirit naga named Sincereth stumbled through a portal that Dusker had never found and claimed the catacombs for its own. Employing a potent mixture of art, charisma, and narcissism, the spirit naga convinced Dusker and his family to venerate it as the divine incarnation of Sathasins. Under Sincereth's direction, Dusker slowly expanded his illegal activities to include selling drugs and capturing slaves. Today, Adderpost is the center of a small but active cult of Battle Darren snake worshippers who control most of the illicit activities in Isimbra under the direction of Sincerith. Although some Battle Darrens suspect that shady activities occur at the pawn and junk shop, none realize the extent of the occult or of the cult's activities. The proprietor of Adderposts is a soft-voiced human of few words and nocturnal habits. He dwells above the shop with his three daughters, Yuvel, Lorien, and Rowan. He is present at the shop for a time every day, but he keeps very late hours for discreet meetings with unsavory allies. Dusker is a self-taught disciple of Thassin's, who venerates the forgotten deity's beast cult aspects as the Lord of Venom. Regular patrons of Adderposts know that Dusker keeps a loaded hand crossbow at the ready at all times. In addition to acting as a local fence, Dusker has established a lucrative arrangement with certain Yintai slavers based in the underways of Yobel. Dusker and his daughters discreetly capture lone travelers passing through Isimbra and other humanoids not likely to be missed and send them to Yubel via the portal beneath Adderpost. In exchange, the Yuan-Ti send him urns of Mordain powder that is made in the Black Jungles and shipped northward via Lushpool. Dusker deliberately avoids selling Mordain powder to local Battle Darrens for fear that its presence would draw too much attention from the local authorities. Instead, he reserves it for out-of-town patrons who know of its availability. Symbian agents of the Yintai posing as decadent scions of the merchant nobility frequently recommend that their fellows pay a quick visit to Adderpost for a bit of Mordain powder. Thereafter, they exploit the drug's effects and the ensuing addiction to extend their control of Symbian trade activities. Dusker's three daughters are tall, thin, beautiful women with black curly hair that almost sweeps the floor when they unbind it. Rumor holds that all three are excellent forgers and limners who can paint holes, nail heads, and seams where none exist. And only the closest examination can uncover the deceit. In truth, all three women have been converted into tainted ones to serve the Yintai, and they are even more ruthless than their father. The three often lure amorous travelers into situations in which a bit of drugged wine can lead to easy robbery at best and a quick introduction to slavery at worst. While grappling, a daughter of Dusker can choose to smear her opponent with poisonous saliva instead of dealing damage. This poison kiss can be used only while grappling a foe with exposed skin. The daughter makes an opposed grapple check instead of an attack and takes a -4 penalty on the check. If she wins, she successfully applies the poison. Contact Fortitude DC 14. Initial and secondary damage 1d4 Constitution. By kissing, licking, or lightly biting her opponent. 3-day polymorph. Snake or snake-like form only. 1-day poison. DC 14. Caster level 5th. Possessions +2 leather armor, +1 short sword, dagger, masterwork, artisan tools, ring of protection, +1, 3 potions of cure light wounds, and 23 gold pieces. Hendar is a member of the Lord's Men, a small group of men-at-arms based in Ensombra and led by War Chancellor Ilmeth. Elan Mel Chondathan Human Fighter 11. Hendar has long been friends with Dusker Flamehorn and was the first convert to the cult of Thassanes outside the Flamehorn family. Hendar ensures that the Lord's Men turn a blind eye to the ongoing illegal activities at Adderposts. In exchange, Duskar enriches his friend with a steady stream of coin, which he promptly loses gambling and winching. Adventurers investigating Adderpost are unlikely to encounter Hendar unless they interrupt an actual worship ceremony. Dessa is an aging tavern wench at the Four Flying Fish and, of late, the sometimes lover of Dusker Flamehorn. Dessa was the second convert to the cult of Thassanes outside of Dusker's family. Although she was initially reluctant, she has enthusiastically embraced the cult's teachings in the recent weeks. Dessa keeps an ear to the ground in the Four Flying Fish, listening for information of interest to the cult. Adventurers investigating Adderposts are unlikely to encounter Dessa too, unless they interrupt an actual worship service. This rectangular building is constructed of mortar stone and has a sloping slate roof. A trio of steps lead up to the stout double doors, flanked by the serpentine carved spiraling door pillars for which the shop is named. The shop portion of Adderpost consists of a large main room heaped with assorted merchandise, including a fascinating jumble of old masks and some pieces of armor, heaping up in huge pails. 4 sets of rickety stairs ascend to overhead chambers. Lamps dangle in profusion from bars that can be lowered by means of pulleys, and clothes hung on shoulder racks from every tread of the various ascending stairs. Adderpost is the place to come if you need something in a hurry, particularly a disguise that involves a certain type of armor or uniform. Dusker stocks specimens of every sort of military garb from the Moonsea and Dragonreach lands. Only Dusker can quickly find everything in the chaos of his shop, but he knows where everything is. Browsers who pick up merchandise, carry it around for a while, and then set it down elsewhere absolutely enrage him. Dusker has a unique system for foiling thieves, at least as far as cash is concerned. He pours the coins that he takes in payment into one of a dozen or so speaking tubes, standing against pillars here and there around the shop, and these in turn funnel their contents down to unknown regions below. Change is brought to the customers by one of Dusker's daughters. Thus, any coinage in the shop proper is in the possession of customers, accessible only via a rickety stair leading up the west end of the north wall. Dusker's bedroom contains a large bed and chest, as well as many items that once belonged to his late wife. The secretive proprietor is careful to store nothing incriminating here. This chamber connects with his daughter's room via the top side of the shop's uneven plank ceiling. A rickety stair leads up the east end of the north wall to this chamber. Esvilla's bedroom contains a narrow bed and a chest with a false bottom. Search DC 20. The niche thus concealed hides a small collection of jewelry worth a total of 69 gold pieces that Esville has stolen from travelers passing through town. Lauren's bedroom is furnished in a fashion similar to those of her sisters. It is accessible by the same sort of rickety stairway which leads up to the west end of the south wall. Hidden behind the headboard of the bed is a small leather-bound tome that serves as Lauren's diary. In it, she records the name of every man she seduced, including those that she later dispatches through the portal to Obel. PCs who are searching for someone abducted into slavery by the cult may find the name herein. Like her sister's chamber, Rowan's bedroom contains a bed and a chest. The rickety staircase that leads up to it is at the east end of the south wall. Unbeknownst to her father or sisters, Yuval has become addicted to Dreamist. She hides a small stash of Mordain powder, 2 doses worth 200 gold pieces each, wrapped in the glossy leaves of some exotic southern tree beneath her mattress. This room was added long after Adderpost was constructed. It features a large hearth, plenty of cooking implements. This is the kitchen. A table of food preparation and dining, several chairs, and a variety of foodstuff. The only oddity is a cage filled with mice, which reflects the newfound penchant for living rodents, evinced by Dusker's daughters since their transformation into tainted ones. The catacombs beneath Adderposts once served as the undercroft and private chapel for the temple above. All the corridors in this area are fashioned of hewn stone blocks, which have been artfully set to create an arching roof between 10 and 12 feet high. All the doors here are strong wooden ones, but none are locked.